Hey, Maria, back with another video. It is 5:31 Monday afternoon, not quite evening. It doesn't get to evening till I guess 6 o'clock or when the sun is completely down. So anyway, I was thinking today, as I do every Monday, because I have the Monday blues, even though every day is pretty much the same with me. But when a Monday comes, I'm like, well, I really should be work right now, and I should have a job, and blah 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 blah. And this whole issue is, it's very puzzling to me because I can't see everything. Some people think, oh, Maria's psychic, Maria's intuitive, okay? Maria's not all-knowing, okay? I know that sounds like, kind of disappointing for a lot of people, but, you can only put so much together, and most of the things I put together is not based on psychic energy. It's mostly based on events that have happened. But, a few days ago, I had put out a video saying, that I suspect that my main perp was my big high school crush, which, like I said, if that's the case, then that is a pleasant surprise, because I've always adored him. Like I said, the door is always open to him. But let not my employment be contingent upon my relationship with this person, or whatever. Mainly because, like I mentioned in my other video, this puts a woman in a very tight spot, financially, emotionally, everywhere, everything. There's a lot of things that, go on around this person that's being, targeted, even though it's kind of it might be in a pleasant way, who knows, but, because I'm just kind of guessing or whatever. But, the thing is that it deeply affects the person who this is, who this is being prevented from, going to work, finding work or whatever. And it limits their ability to take care of themselves and against their will. Now, if this is indeed the person that I'm thinking of, that's all very well and good, okay? But I'm not going to say that it's okay for me to be prevented from getting work, especially when I need to get back to work as soon as possible. You should never be contingent upon that situation. When you're in a relationship, those things should be talked about beforehand, okay? And if this is an issue of reserving a person for a particular person, well, like I mentioned before, I have to work. I have to think about my reputation 24 hours a day. I have to think about everything that I do 24 hours a day. My survival is too important for me to get involved with people at work, period, okay? Also, if this is correct, he's not the kind of, he doesn't have to resort to such things, okay? I wanted to bring up the topic of predatory stalking, only because, I know this happens to a lot of women, and a lot of women don't even know who their predators are, okay? And I'm not saying that I do, okay? I'm just saying is that, in a lot of cases, this goes on for a very, very, very long time, such as in the case with me, and not knowing, who that person is. So you can imagine the terror that these people feel, and then you have people who are complying with this sort of behavior, and it puts a person in a very tight spot. There's a lady on YouTube. She doesn't know what's going on with her, but I suspect that her situation is probably the result of a predatory stalker. And I don't know for sure, but I kind of suspect that it is. I know that my family has been involved in my stalking the years, and like I mentioned before, I'm getting tired of talking about that. Really, I'm really so tired about it. But, the thing is if it's indeed that person that, I just absolutely adore, then, I'm like I said, my door is always open to him. I would be very glad to get to know him, but don't let my employment be based on any sort of relationship, because, the thing is that, I'm being affected here. I'm, struggling to pay my bills. Just recently, today, my phone that I just got replaced just died on me, okay? And when you don't have the money to go out and replace these things, you're extremely stressed out. Hopefully it's under warranty. I believe that it is, okay? But still, You know, right now I'm using a piece of shit cell phone that I got a long time ago, and it's tiny and small, and it doesn't have the same performance as my other phone. But, you know, it's these little things that break, things that need repair, you know, things that I can't take care of myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Also, to my main perps, whoever you guys are, which I suspect I know, okay, please remove me off of any do not hire list or anything of that nature. You know, obviously, if you have the power to put it on, you have the ability to take it off, okay? I want my name to be clear in all 50 states in this country. I may not, like I said, I may not go to other places in this country, but my name should be clean, and I shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of these illegal actions, okay? And I'm not mad at this particular person. Like I said, you know, I would really be grateful, you know, if he knocked on my door, if he, you know, gave me a call, if he texted me or whatever. I'm not mad at him for this, okay? Like I said, it's a very common problem. A lot of people don't realize what they're doing wrong. So I can't blame so much the innocent people who got involved in this, okay? But what I do hold responsible is I hold the employers responsible for this, because they should know better. And, you know, I do think that, I got this little message today, you know. It's like one of those weird things, like, you know, daily cards, you know, that you, like horoscopes or whatever. And it was basically talking, you need to get more active in events that occur in the country. And, you know, I'm not a political person, I'm not, okay? But I will say that, you know, this whole issue relating to stalking is something that I'm very, very big on, okay? I mean, like, I really do see the importance of it, because it puts people in a very awkward situation. You know, and so I will get very involved in that. I think I'm involved in it now, but I want to get more active. Of course, I do need help and that sort of stuff, but, you know, what bothers me so much is that, and I think a lot of people, they may be well-intentioned, but it destroys the rights, the God-given rights and privileges of a woman. It does. It crushes everything that the woman wants in life, or thinks in life, or tries to make plans for herself. You know, and I don't have, you know, like, major aspirations in life. You know, I just want a decent job. You know, I want to be able to go to work, come home, and pay my bills. You know what I mean? And, you know, and what it, you know, happens so easily for everyone else, I have to sit here and struggle, you know. My family made me struggle 20 years. 20 years I struggled raising my son. Every day they made my life a living hell, just for the fun of it, okay? And I don't want any more pain in my life. I really don't, you know. Like I said, you know, this particular person, this cute, adorable man, he is welcome into my life anytime he wants, okay? But don't touch my employment, okay? Don't manipulate employment. Don't get your fingers involved in it, because I have to have, you know, freedom of action. I was hoping I'd have Christmas this year. You know what I mean? I haven't had Christmas in 4 years. Okay, that's a very long time. You know, I barely scraped by for Thanksgiving, and I'm tired of scraping by. I mean, I'm really struggling here, and for no reason. You know, for no reason. Like I said, you know, this person should be confident enough for me to believe me, okay? I definitely want to get to know him, if this is in case. You know, because, you know, I have to pull a lot, you know, out of my memory bank and try to put pieces together. And so, you know, someone like myself should be able to find a job just like that, instead of having all this obstruction. And, you know, I can assure you that I keep my reputation on the up and up. And so when I think about people who want to gossip and talk about me, they don't have anything to say. They really don't, you know. And if people want to bring up some bullshit that happened, like, oh God, how many years ago was that? 16 years ago? You know, if that's all you can come up with, that's pretty bad. That's like grasping for straws, it really is, okay? The only thing that people can really say about Maria is that Maria is a person who pretty much takes care of herself, meaning that, you know, she goes to work when I have a job, and she comes home, and she basically is involved in her crafts, okay? Nobody can have any sort of dirt or any sort of issues with me, period, okay? So if you see somebody talking shit, then you need to look at these people, you know, like, what are you talking about? Because it's bullshit. It's bullshit, okay? So I'm going to make that request, you know, please. I don't want to be on any list. I try to keep my name very clear, you know. I know that there's some agencies that just flat out have given me bullshit reasons as to why they won't help me, which is bullshit. But, you know, for other agencies, I really do think that they should be releasing my name off of these things, because I may not use their services, I may or may not, but the thing is I don't want to be on any list. You know, I don't want that. You know, it's almost as if, you know, certain things like this, you don't, it crushes your ability. It crushes your ability to move. I don't feel safe in a situation where I feel like my life is so controlled. You know, I don't. You know, if me and Mr. Adorable do hook up, you know, which would be nice, then, you know, those things need to be communicated directly to me. You know what I mean? Fears, concerns, issues like that. You know, they need to be communicated face to face. It's not a community project. It shouldn't be. You know, I'm not somebody who really likes a lot of participation in my life, or intrusion for that matter. So I would appreciate that. You know, at this point, I need as much help as I can get to get back to work. You know, and I shouldn't have to struggle the way that I'm doing. I shouldn't. You know, I've been struggling for a very long time. And when I was at my last job, over there at the home place, I'm just going to say home place, I'm not going to say the name, but, you know, I felt strange from day one, only because of the secretary being rude, okay? So obviously this woman, you know, she had no reason to feel the way that she did about me, but still her hostility was completely unjustified, okay? So from day one, I had to deal with that, you know? And so right then and there, I wanted to get out of there. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to deal with any hostility because I haven't done anything. You know, when I think about some of the behavior and some of the things that people do that I've seen, you know, like, for example, the general manager who had a relationship with his girlfriend at work and all this other stuff, you know, these people do this kind of stuff all the time, okay? And yet I'm somebody who tries to, you know, be as crystal clear as I possibly can, and I'm constantly getting rolled over, you know. Now, whether your intentions were to do that or not, or just to kind of reserve me for, you know, the cute guy, the cute guy, you know, which I really do like him, okay, but still, I mean, you know, I'm hurting over this. I'm struggling, you know, and I shouldn't have to. You know, I've got bills to pay, you know, and some people will say, well, you know, you're doing fine. I'm not doing fine, okay? Everybody has their standards, okay? And for somebody to say you're doing okay when I don't feel okay, then that's kind of narcissistic on their part because, you know, think about how I feel. I don't like being in that situation. I don't like, you know, calling, you know, T-Mobile and saying, can I make this payment? Can I do this kind of stuff? I don't want to do that. I don't. I don't like doing that at all. You know what I mean? I don't like having to only put $10 of gas in my car. I don't like to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? You know, I should be the last person to struggle to find a job. Seriously. So, you know, do what you have to do. Help me get back to work as soon as you possibly can. And for the people that, you know, put me in this situation, you know, because I don't deserve to be in it. You know, I don't want my name on any more lists. I don't want to be, you know, any more problems. I don't want to be sent on any more bogus job interviews either. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm a good candidate. I'm a great candidate. I'm a great asset to a company. So I shouldn't have to put up with this. So anyway, I'm going to end this video. Like I said, my phone is out. I'm stuck with this little shitty phone, which, you know, I guess it's okay for making quick calls or whatever, and I'm glad that I did keep this particular phone. But still, you know, it's got its issues. And so, you know, I'm kind of cut off, you know, because I usually keep my cell phone in my hand. I'm always playing like games, like solitaire or mahjong or whatever. And without it, I feel kind of like lost. Okay, Maria likes her little games, her little mind games. today I tried to entertain myself and listen to an audiobook, which I remember hearing about this book a few years ago. So I said, I'll tell you, let's check out the audiobook. And I have to say, the only way I could describe this particular book is jumpy. Like it jumps from one situation, one conversation to another. So, needless to say, I really, it's just, I guess from a scale from 1 to 10, I would probably rate it maybe a 5. It's good for background noise, I guess, maybe. But I mean, for any real entertainment value, I would say no. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back with another one later. Have a great night.